Hey, darlings.
Hey, darling is the princess of Africa. Any other princess in the world is a counterfeit.
Welcome back to another episode on my YouTube channel. My name is Ola, and on this channel I provide tips on how you can study abroad, ranging from application process to funding details to visa interview to visa approval to basically anything about study abroad. So if you are new here, welcome to the family, and to all my old and existing subscribers, you guys are the real MVP, okay? In today's video, I know one of my subscribers asked me how I was able to navigate my visa interview. When I said, my funding basically covered everything, my subscriber was like, I should shed more light on it. And I was like, instead of, just, talking to that subscriber and letting every other person come to my DM to ask me for that question, I'm just going to put it out there so that everyone is clear. So that is the purpose of today's video. So do not forget to like my video, do not forget to comment, do not forget to press that red button. It is that red button, so press it. I'm waiting, press it. It's the red button, press it. Press here. And do not forget to share my video. Share my video. Sharing is free, sharing is important. Do not be stingy, so share my video, okay? Without any further ado, let us dive right into the video. Remember that, when I was talking about my admission story, remember how I talked about the fact that my funding covered everything? Wait, hold up. If you've not seen that admission story, okay, I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to link it here. Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm going to link it somewhere. So if you've not seen that story, or more, like, what have you seen on my channel? If you've not seen that story, like, what have you seen on my channel? So go and watch that story, because it will give you a better insight into what I want to talk about today and how I got my funding. Okay, so should I give you a moment to watch that story? Should I give you a minute? I trust you. I know you will watch it, so go and watch it so that you gain a better insight into what we are talking about today. So yeah, like I was saying, remember that I said that my funding covered basically everything. It covered basically everything. Like, I don't have to stress. They were like, baby girl for life, we are doing everything for you. So after that, like I told you, like after your admission, you still have to wait to process your I-20. So like after that, I had to wait to process my I-20, and so my department is completely different from the department that will process your I-20. So basically, the department that processes I-20 is the international office in collaboration with the one-stop office. So one-stop office is like where they calculate everything that you need, your living expenses, your school fees, your your this and this and your this and that. And they let you know, like, okay, this is the amount you will need to come to the US, and then they process it to the international office, and the international office will approve your I-20. So they sent me a form after all the processing of trying to do background check, waiting for a very long time. So they finally sent me the form to fill for I-20, because at that time I had gotten my official job offer letter. So like I uploaded the letter, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And it was time for them to approve my I-20. So like I uploaded it, and in like 2 to 3 days, I got the feedback. I was like, thank God, my I-20 is here. Only for me to see the feedback, and then they were like, yes, we need you to provide a proof of fund of $12,000 US. I was like, for what? Like in my mind, I was like, for what? $12,000 US for what? Because like, basically you people said we were covering everything. I mean, I was talking to my department. I was like, my department said they will be covering everything. So like, why do I have to pay $12,000 US? Why do I have to show proof of fund of $12,000 US? So I was I panicked a little that day, and I reached out to my friend. Shout out to you, Esther Shijuade. Shout out to you, baby. So I reached out to her, and then she was like, you know what? Try to ask them what the $12,000 is for. Like, try to ask them, because like everything is not connecting. So I sent them an email. I was like, I don't know what the $12,000 is for, but like they are covering my living expenses, they are covering my accommodation. Like, I don't know what the $12,000 is for. So they replied to me, and then they were like, oh, like the letter I uploaded did not specify like the amounts they will be covering. So like I should reach out to them and let them give me like the official letter. So I was like, ooh. So I reached out to the department, and okay, so when she sent that email to me, she was like, she needs the official letter because so that I would not have problem at the embassy. So she was like, I should, try to get an official letter from the department stating the total amount that the department will be covering for me. So I reached back to the program coordinator. I was like, okay, so I basically forwarded the email from the international office to them, and I was like, see this email from the international office, blah 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 blah. I need an official letter so that I can get my I-20 and I can start my visa processing. So she was like, okay. So she was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to reach out to the director and we are going to try to get your official letter ready. So they got me my official letter and I uploaded it, and then I got my I-20, and eventually, the money was actually in sub. So that is it about the before pre embassy. So I got the I-20. So when I got the I-20, I filled in my DS 160. Is it 160? Yeah, DS 160. So I filled in my DS 160 form, and then when they were like, yeah, we're sponsoring your trip, I kept my school there, blah blah blah. But like when I went to Netherlands, like I heard a lot of people saying like even if you have funding, you have to go to the embassy with a statement of accounts. That was where I got so scared. I was like, like, why do I have to go to the embassy with a statement of accounts when my I-20 did not reflect any deficit? Like, the money I had was in excess. It did not reflect any deficit. So why do I have to go to the embassy with a statement of account? I was legit so scared. I remember I reached out to my friend. My friend was like, yeah, like during her own time, she did not go to the embassy with a statement of account. I reached out to so many people. Like, so apparently, I'm going to explain why they said you should go to the embassy with a statement of account. Okay. How am I even going to explain this? So when you are fully funded, it means that they are paying for your tuition, right? It doesn't mean that you will still not spend money. I mean, you will spend money, but how do I explain this that you understand? So like fully funded does not mean you still will not show proof of accounts. Except if the money they are giving you per month is going to be able to cover your living expenses. So that is the way it works. So the reason why I did not have any deficits basically is because like the assistantship I got covers my housing. So like basically that is basically what I need in the US. I need housing. So I reached out to another friend of mine, and I was like, please explain this thing to me. Like, I don't have any deficits, and they said it on Ireland that even if you are fully funded, try to go to the embassy with the proof of account. And then the guy was like, you know what, do not worry. Just go with your official letter stating the amounts that that they said they will cover for you, and tell them like when they ask you it was like they would not even ask you because you don't have any deficit. Like your money is in excess, your money is surplus. They would not even ask you. So I was like, okay, I'll go to the embassy. But to be honest and to be very legit with you, like I was very scared. Like I was, oh my God, like I don't know if I have like an anxiety problem. Like I was very scared. Even up till the day, like a day prior to when I was going for the visa interview, I was like, God, like I was very scared. I was like, God, like I wanted to, have mercy on me. I wanted to show forth your mercy on me because like I'm not going with proof of account. I don't know what to do if I'm being asked like who will pay for my trip. Even though like I know like I didn't have deficit, but I guess it was just my anxiety that was just trying to find a way to creep in. But at the end of the day, I was able to, figure it out, and I went to the embassy. They didn't even ask me for proof of fund because like the VO could see it clearly that my money was in excess. It's a different thing. Like there are two different things. So like I made sure that my department, the offer letter that they gave me, I made sure that the money was stipulated on it. That is not just, like going to the embassy, like it's not just the international office waiving anything for me, that it was legit. So basically that is what I did. So in case you've got a full funding and your money is in excess or is like total aggregate of the money, and you want to go to the embassy, make sure that you have the official letter stating the amounts they will be covering. Make sure you have the official letter stating all the amounts in case you, in case, you know, like when you are having that conversation, in case you're able to, you know, navigate that part of the conversation, you have your proof. Let me tell you something. When I was going to the embassy, all the schools that gave me admission, I printed all the admission letter, because I'm like, I would rather be safe than sorry. So I'm like, if they ask you, okay, what is the proof that this school gave me admission? I know I was just being extra. But I was like, I'm not going to take chances. So I was like, if they ask me, what is the proof that this school gave you admission? I brought out the admission letter for them. Like, I had all the admission letter of all the schools that I applied to. So I'm not saying you have to have all the admission letter. I mean, they've never asked anybody for admission letter. But for me, I'm just always very, I don't know how to put it. Like, I just always like to plan for the uncertain. Like, I just like to plan. I just like to do things. I would just rather be safe than sorry. That is it for me. That is why I tell people that if you're going to the embassy, just go with all your certificates. I went with my primary school certificate. So go with this official letter. Go with, if it's official letter of your graduate assistantship, go with the official letter. Let it state the amount that they would be paying you, so that it reflects the view that yes, like these people are actually paying you like this particular amount. Okay. So I don't know if, you know, I've been able to, you know, answer your question.